Small 30-second preview clip type deal teaser for Star Wars Andor Season 2 dropped on the Star Wars YouTube channel yesterday. So, you know what? I thought I should take a look at it because why not? It would be fun, and I really hope that we get something really exciting out of this. So, let's just jump right on in and see what they got in store for us.
The Empire cannot win.
The Empire can't win.
The revolution's coming alive.
Yeah, it is a revolution when you think about it. On April 22nd.
This day has finally come.
I wonder if that's in reference to her
This
speech.
is
Let me know.
I'm thinking like a
I'm
soldier.
having that character now, Mount Mothma. But that's alright.
Think like a leader.
Andor
Thinks like a
Season
leader.
2, streaming April 22nd, only on Disney+.
So that's definitely no.
This is due.
Apparently my mouse didn't want to respond correctly. So again, there's not too much going on, but there's still some things to note. Saul Guerrero calls it a revolution. And yeah, the Galactic Civil War was very much a revolution. A revolution in favor of democracy, of republicanism, constitutional governance, anti-authoritarian, anti-tyranny, anti-fascist, Antifa. That's what the Galactic Civil War, what the rebels were fighting for, to end the tyrannical rule of the Empire and restore democracy to the galaxy. Now, we do know how that all turns out in the end because of ineffective leadership and all that and political infighting. It's almost like humans will be humans no matter what universe that you're in. And actually, this does bring me up to a key difference between Star Wars and Star Trek. Star Trek, our heroes are always fighting to preserve democracy, which has become the status quo in an optimistic utopian future. But in Star Wars, they're either fighting to restore democracy or to end tyranny. Like in Star Wars, the bad guys have already won, and it's the good guys' job to restore, basically end evil and tyranny. But in Star Trek, it's always the opposite. It's always a good guy's job to stop that from happening, not to end it happening. Very different, and does get at a core difference between both of them, but Star Wars and Star Trek do complement each other. And in many ways, Andor is probably the most cerebral of the Star Wars shows out there, which makes it the most Star Trek-y in some ways, because it articulates its ideas in a more refined way than we typically get in Star Wars, which puts it on a level for that the most wide of audience can understand. Now, I do think people are understanding Andor perfectly. It's more that normally they go for the almost not necessarily the lowest common denominator, but I feel like Andor is now underestimating the intelligence of its audience, while oftentimes Star Wars does, I think, at times do that, which is very easy to do, especially when a major part of your audience is kids, and it's sadly super easy to underestimate their intelligence. It's a fact of life. Adults are bad at recognizing how smart kids actually are. Of course, all kids watching Star Wars Andor, I really want you to know that because this is not a kids show in any regards. Is it fine for kids to watch it? Yeah, especially with parental approval. I might be rambling, I don't know, it's just needed to do some kind of video for today. But, like I said, I'm really excited for Andor. I really appreciate how in Season 1 they brought some really provocative, really thought-provoking commentary to Star Wars that, while was always in the subtext, was never really properly explored, ever properly expanded upon. But that's what they're doing in Andor. They are actually exploring those subtexts, and I really like it. So, I hope we get more of that in Season 2. There's one line I saw might have been from Mon Mothma, but might have been from Lucian's assistant. But it could be the same, but it could be regardless who, I think it might still be talking about the same event. Mon Mothma's speech before the Senate, which I think is going to be a fairly big event in end of Season 2. I could be hyping it up and they barely give 5 minutes to it. Or they only give 5 minutes to it, but it's the best 5 minutes of the show. And it's hard to say. I know that Tony Gilroy, he as I understand it, they only had to reshoot one sequence because he thought the director could have done, the director was holding back. And sounds like, basically they didn't have to, cut anything. Sounds like it was a very tight-knit production. He really knew what he wanted to do with it and say with the show. And hopefully I like and agree with what he's trying to say. But this tells me that this show, I think, has a lot of, potential. A je ne sais quoi that I can't yet talk about until I see the show. But I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. So let me know, how excited are you for Andor? It's do or die, and we're doing it. Okay, that was a bit cheesy, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.